Sorry, I was a little bit late getting up here. A little bit ago, I was just returning pokes on Facebook. Everybody do that? Returning pokes. It was weird because there was a lot of guys that had poked me and I had to return them. It was a stack of them. It was like a poke back mountain. So how's everybody doing tonight? That was weak. Okay. So the way I usually do this is I come out and I ask how everybody's doing, and I need everybody in the room to say great. So can we try this one more time? All right. And now, ladies and gentlemen, a guy that looks a little bit like Steven Seagal, mostly in this area, but if you've seen Seagal lately, also in this area. Please welcome the comic stylings of Floyd H. How's everybody doing tonight? Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. You folks like impressions? Yeah. I don't do any. I'll show you why I don't do any, okay? I've been working on one, and let's see if you can figure it out. It's David, why'd I just tell my mother to go to Atlanta? And people, oh, it's Harvey Fierstein from Independence Day, right? It's not, it's Miley Cyrus. Feel bad for Miley because her parents just got divorced. I don't know if you knew about this. Her mom cited irreconcilable differences. You see, she's a music lover, and he's Billy Ray Cyrus. Somebody else that just got a divorce is Matt and Amy from Little People, Big World. I don't know if you... But this one's amicable, and they're going to split everything 25-25. Wish I had more Little People jokes now. But I'm not a fan of any of the reality shows or any of that type of television. Anybody else not a fan of those shows? Good. Like, they have this one, I caught it recently, it's called Freak Show, where they're actually following some circus freaks around for their day-to-day life. The one that I saw, they had a rubber-faced man, half man, half woman, and a sword swallower. So it's just like the Kardashians. When I first wrote that, the rubber-faced man was actually Bruce Jenner. The half-man, half-woman was Chloe because that was the rumor going around. And the sword swallower was Kim. But now it's all of them. Some of the other shows I don't like is the survival shows because they try to make them seem dangerous. Some of the older people might remember those survival shows were fake before television even came around. And they're not dangerous at all. Last year, more people died on Glee. Oh, really? Huh. Some of the other ones aren't quite as nice as what that one was. Don't know where to go from here. But some of the other shows that you catch on Netflix, you ever do this? You go over to somebody's house, and they're watching something that you would never watch in a million years, and you've been able to avoid it the whole time that it was on, but now because of Netflix, you get stuck watching it, right? My wife and I were over at a friend's house recently, and they were watching the dumbest show that I've ever seen in my entire life. And here's what's worse. I'd seen this episode before. So now I'm watching it again. So we're watching Jersey Shore. And there's an argument between a guy and a girl, right? Go figure, a guy and a girl arguing, that's what happened. It's not who you think it is. It's not that orange Oompa Loompa. And I know you're probably thinking about the guy with like the rip, I don't know if this would help you, right? The ripped stomach. That might not help you remember. That should help you remember his name though, because if you think about this, looks like a situation, doesn't it? I'm only really embarrassed that I look like I'm so far along that it's too late to do something about it. But it was another couple. It was the guy that looked like the Slim Jim guy, got his hair cut in the windstorm. And he was arguing with this one newer girl, and she was talking about other girls, and she goes, I'm so tired of people talking behind my back, I just want somebody to come in my face and tell me. And tell you? And tell you what? Because if you can pull that off in the middle of an argument, there's only one thing to say, I win. I'm discouraged by all the television that there is. I grew up with the best television that there was. I grew up watching shows like The Brady Bunch. Everybody remember The Brady Bunch? Here. And see, with The Brady Bunch, even with her, with the lady, the girl that played Marcia, Marie McCormick, she wrote a tell-all book that said things weren't so Brady-like for her after the show. In fact, she was actually trading sex for drugs in the early 80s. Oh, this made me feel really bad too. I had drugs in the early 80s. Speaking of that, did somebody say that there were some pot smokers here tonight? Okay, you might have read this, right? Or seen this on TV. There was a woman who recently got busted because she had hidden a pot pipe in her vagina. Which begs the question, would you hit that? Probably shouldn't be talking like this. I'm actually a grandpa. In fact, I have a new grandson. I see it took you a little while, right? Because I said new. I mean, of course he's new. I mean, sure, we looked at used. But we were able to get the brand new grandson that we really wanted, thanks to the government program, Cash for Crawlers. And this is not our first grandchild. Actually, my oldest is my daughter, Amy, and she's got a little girl that's 10, and she has a brand new baby boy. We'll take the little boy shopping with us all the time, put him in the shopping cart, and it never fails, somebody will walk up to us and go, oh my gosh, look what a cute little baby, and he looks just like his daddy, insinuating that my daughter and I are together. That totally creeps us out too, because we both feel we could do better. My granddaughter and I were watching the Justin Bieber roast, and they were talking about all the different girls that Justin Bieber had been with. She was really upset, and I tried to explain to her, honey, you don't understand. You could never be Justin Bieber's girlfriend. You're only 10 years old, and Justin Bieber's already gay. Justin Bieber also recently went to the house of Anne Frank. Did you folks see that? The house of Anne Frank. He said that he wishes that if they were alive at the same time, that Anne Frank would be a believer, a Justin Bieber fan. Like that poor girl didn't suffer enough. But my youngest son is Tanner. Tanner is 15, and he and his wife don't have any children. And we have a recent addition to our family. We don't like to use the word adopted. She's a rescue. And she's 12. And then my oldest is my son, Travis. Travis is my oldest son, and Travis has a job working at the Castle Boutique. Everybody familiar with the Castle Boutique? Okay, some of you are pretending like you're not. That's okay. The Castle Boutique is an adult toy store, and they have the second largest collection of dildos under one roof. The largest collection of dildos under one roof is Congress. This being a political year, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a politician in Copenhagen that actually did a campaign poster where he was completely nude, including showing his penis, which I thought was really weird, because here in the United States, our politicians only show their nuts. But Travis also has a little girl, and I picked her up recently from her mom. And when I picked her up, she was sitting there with her cousin, who's a little boy, and right as my granddaughter got in the car, she said, Papa, can we go to McDonald's? And I said, sure. And right away her cousin goes, you're going to McDonald's? That's bad, and that makes you bad? I had to turn to her because she was really upset. No, you're not bad, it's okay. She turns to her cousin and says, my papa said that you need to shut the fuck up. And I wasn't sure that that's what she said, but as we're driving away, she's going like this. Her mom called me and she was all angry and everything. I said, calm down. She's just being 3. But I know I'm a little bit bigger, I mentioned it before. I am trying to lose weight. Anybody else? Really? It seems like there should be more. I mean, you folks know I can see you, right? I can't see everybody's faces. I can see shapes, you know. But we all want to look like the Hollywood people, don't we? The people that we see in the movies and on TV. What is the weight loss secret that Hollywood is keeping from all of us in Kirstie Alley? But my wife and I have actually been married for 32 years now. Thank you. And things are different, especially in the intimacy department. For example, the other night we were laying in bed next to each other, and I asked her, so you want to fool around? She texted me back and said, sure. Who is this? Folks, you've been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed you very much. Thank you so much for coming out. This next guy I've known for quite some time. You can see him performing all over the valley. And coming up, actually later on tonight, in about 10 seconds, he's going to be on stage at the Laugh Factory. Michael Longfellow.